Oakley Dokley. Luna, get away from there. Okay, I know. Scratching my head like crazy. Okay, so today is the 25th February, and it's finally coming to the realization that I'm actually going to start competing. And I know before I said I was going to make another YouTube channel, um, and I did, but I decided that I needed to literally turn this off and let it just be just one channel so people can see the process. I even have to look at myself through the process. Um, Going through this was not an easy journey. It never is. However, um, when I reflect back and I look back over the growth and the lessons that I learned, they are a crucial part to my success as far as going back to reclaim the title and going back, um, creating this petition to get it as a bill and to get things passed in legislation and stuff like that. So um, I'm just gonna let it be. I'm just gonna let it be. There's a lot of things that I knew the mainstream media will not talk about that I talk about on this channel. Um, but I know, as well as the viewers who saw this, know that what I said was true, actual events, were very things factual, and were not only understandable but believable, because at this time they're going through these same interactions and these same things within themselves. So this is my road to becoming the best belle that I can be. This is my road as far as coming to um, that whole self-actualization, self-realization um, part in my life. Some things are not black and white, and I felt like if I cut that part out, if I cut any parts out, I would give a false illusion or a false hope to people. Um, my process is still continuing because I haven't taken my last breath, but it's ongoing, and it doesn't mean that things are going to happen just instantly, and just because they don't happen instantly and they take years, and some people take decades, for their dream to become a reality, that it's not too late. So I wanted that part um, to come out and to reign as truth. I want people to not look at me as, just this female trying to get some things for her mom. I want people, or look at me as a struggling African American, or have me as, one of the first Haitians to have a title holder in that, in that field in the state of Indiana. I don't want that. I want people to look, that's all true and that's all good, but I want people to look past the veil, to look past that, and to look at spirit, and to look at the situation um, as a call and a need for something to be done, and um, stepping up to the challenge, and doing so. So yeah, that's what I want to voice as my belief, and not just my belief, my view. That's my view. Um, so yeah, so that's what happened with that. Also, I have so many other projects that have manifested because of this. I have my own lipstick business, which includes like lip glosses and things in cosmetics, a lot of cosmetics and things. Not only that, doing a lot of things with radio, a lot of things with the cooking show that I have. So there are so many aspects to my life that are expanding because of this. For me to have another YouTube channel to talk about the same thing would kind of be redundant, or like, yeah, redundant, or you're just getting parts. So I want people, like I said, to read between the lines and to see and to get what they can out of this, because, like I said, society does not um, tell you that sometimes if the traditional way doesn't work, how to do it. I had to learn everything firsthand. I had to get that school of hard knocks. That's basically what it was. So, and it still is. It still is. It's getting a lot smoother because after you go through it, through such a time, you start learning. You start getting better and you start learning what not to do, and this worked before, and maybe I can add this. Well, this didn't work before, and maybe I can cut around it. But what did work? And how did what was the reaction from it? Are you trying to prolong that reaction, or are you trying to minimize that reaction? Things of that sort. So, yeah. Also, about the pageant. I am actually, I filled out my paperwork, so I am waiting for the primal or the preliminary things that I need to get as far as the rest of the funding, um, the reports, things like that, small things that um, surely um, I'm sure that I will get, assistance from. Um, I'm also waiting for some of my photography work. Doing this, you have to take a lot of photos, a lot of photos, a lot of photos. Um, I have my fitness trainer. I have um, a PR person that is willing to assist me. So yeah, so everything, all of that is starting to come along, but I'm still, some of the, final touches are being pitched. Um, what else did I need to say? Also, I'm looking forward to um, defying odds and breaking records. That is one of my main goals, and my platform, of course, is called Run the Race, and it's basically just telling you don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up just because you've crossed a crossroads or you have a failed attempt. Um, most geniuses and most people who are very successful are rejected, over 7 times, and most people stop after the third no. You know, um, a liar, so crazy. A liar is persistent. Okay, a liar will stop at the seventh no, statistically. So um, according to psychologists' research and things like that. So you have to have tough skin, and you have to be persistent into as far as what is going on. When I first started my lipstick business and things like that, I did not have $500 and things like that. I made those things from scratch. I knew what it took, and I did it. And I didn't have a specific targeted audience. I just went and sold. I knew that I needed money for rent. I needed to eat. So I just did a Madam C.J. Walker thing, and I just went and started going knocking on doors. Were there some people that were really rude to me? Yes. Some of them called me all types of you-know-what. But you know what? I was determined because I had a goal in mind. I had the goal of being able to get up and eat, okay? And not only that, I wanted to eventually have my products as my main source of one of my main sources of income. I won't say the main source because I really don't want to limit myself to that, but I wanted it to be a very lucrative business. So, yeah. Also, had I stopped after people were telling me no, no, no for certain things, I wouldn't have, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies call me to do a voiceover. To do not only one voiceover, but many voiceovers, and um, people don't give credit to a lot of voiceover actors. You can make a very great income being a voice actor, and I did not know that. I thought just, maybe if I'll be a singer, be a background singer, something like that, that would help me, that would give me a very lucrative career. I know a lot of people who are background singers, and they really live a luxurious lifestyle because they work on their craft, they balance on their, they're very good with their voice, and there are more people who want background singers than front singers, okay? Everybody cannot be in the front, so they're going to pay that money, especially if you're good and you started getting familiar with the field, with the people in the field, you network. So that's where I thought that I would be, since, my grandparents did that, and then I had other relatives who did that, like cousins and stuff, and they would sing background for Kanye, stuff like that. So I thought that was going to be my path through that, but it wasn't, and I ended up doing, something that I thought was going to be like, oh, dog, and I ended up finding joy in it. And not only that, you don't have to show your face. So you're getting this check, like, and it's peaceful, and you're humble. It's a great thing. Had I stopped, when I fell down on my face and became homeless, like the second or the third time, going after my craft and going after, doing this shelter work and things like that, the opportunity for me to be a case manager would have never came through, because that is not my field. I went to school for elementary education, business administration. So the social field area, or psychology or sociology, did not become a reality until I walked through those tough and those difficult times. So for that, I'm just totally grateful. So those are some of the reasons why I want to keep this channel as it is. I want people to see the truth and the whole truth. So when they go, and I have to stand before judgment, because we're all going to have to do that. When I, say what I've done, I want to have a clean heart. Nothing is in this world is hidden. It might be covered up for a little while, but it's definitely not hidden. So, and I want to be true not only to the people, but most of all, true to myself. I think that's the biggest thing that I will have to live with, just not being true to myself. When I was in this relationship, when I was in all of those relationships, I always felt like it was something that was pulling me back, something that was hindering me. Some of the relationships were very, very good, very, very nice, very lucrative, but as far as physical, spiritual, and financially, it was very lucrative. Almost all of my exes, they were very financially stable. Yeah. So just to be authentic to myself and give up what I had, and literally physically have nothing, and go and serve and to do what I was called to do, is extremely tough. You get a lot of rejection and a lot of attacks by people because they don't understand it. People say that they do, but when you literally walk it, you start understanding that people don't understand it. They're wondering why, when you were, going on spas and taking people to spas and taking people on helicopter rides, like, why can't you do that anymore? Why can't, and then they think that you are mentally insane because you've given it up. And it's like, no, I'm not mentally insane. I just need to find out my true calling is, and if that lifestyle is literally meant for me, it will come back to me. But if it's not, then that's okay. I just want to be as authentic as I possibly can. Um, and I don't want to say without judgment, because I understand that being authentic comes with judgment. There are so many people in this world that are living this life um, unauthentically. They stay at jobs that they hate, they loathe. Not for a purpose, because there are sometimes you have to stay at places, just to get your kids through school, or to get food on your table and to provide for yourself. Some of these people stay at these jobs after they got everything they wanted, and they literally hate it, or they've waited and missed all these opportunities, and they just stay there. They hate it. They hate it. Or they have an opportunity, but they are fearful of change, so they just stay there, and they exuberate like anger, bitterness, resentment, because of the choices that they made. And like I said, the more that I became authentic with myself, the more I started learning that the world, and we all go through that through times. You stay around crowds who are not respectful to you, or stay around people who are not putting out the same amount of energy towards you as you are towards them. Um, or you're in those one-sided relationships, and I just stopped in myself for once. I can't do that anymore. I cannot do that. In order to become the best version of me, as people say, to be the most productive, the best Belle that I can be, I cannot, accompany or tolerate ideas that don't build me up, or build around, or build me up as a team, or build my team up. I can't be around people who don't believe in me. I can't, I can no longer be around people who who say they believe in me, but their actions say something else. I can't, facilitate other people's needs above my own. Um, and I'm not saying like, if you have everything. I'm saying, as I'm not going to we both have to eat, and I'm not going to give the last piece of bread out of my mouth to feed you when you could feed yourself. Now, if it was a kid, that's something else. But I'm saying, those people. Those people who are lazy at doing their job. They're lazy at working, and they see you going ahead, and they want you to do everything for them. Example, I had a person, I'm going to say a person because I don't want to be too specific, but I had a person who I was with, and they wanted to lose weight. And I was telling them the routines that I was doing and what I had to give up in order to lose the weight. I had to give up a lot of breads, a lot of pastas. I had to give up not drinking wine every day. Well, not every day, every other day. I had to give up a lot of dairy. Not to say that, I don't have a piece of dairy every now and then, but the normal, what I used to have, I had to change it. In order to be different, you have to do something different. And instead of this person taking the initiative and say, okay, I've learned this, I didn't have to find this out for myself because I did not know that. Now that I know that, they're like, okay, well, can you do this for me? Can you get this for me? No, you can do that for yourself. Can you walk? No, you can walk for yourself. I can't help you lose weight if you don't do your work, and that's taken away from me. So those are the situations that, I'm talking about. So yeah, yeah, that's it. And learning the power to walk away from those situations too. I no longer can serve those situations, and that's letting off that dead weight and letting people grow. I was in that process of growing. I was trying to hold people when they weren't trying to grow. They were not trying to grow. I'm in a situation right now. I have some people that I thought were linking up and, they're trying to grow, but the more and more I see about their actions, they're stuck in their area. It doesn't mean that they're bad. It's just something that I don't want. It's something that I don't want to permeate out of my life. I want to be better, and I want to do better. So, yeah. What else? I think that is about it. I'm sorry about smacking, but it's a lot of saliva in my mouth. There is a lot of saliva in my mouth, in my throat. it's getting very like icky. But those are the things that that's been going on. I know I haven't made, any videos since then, and that's just because I have been working on this whole bill being signed, and it's very tough, and it's all this extra stuff, and like I said, I want to make sure that it's right. I have to I have a lot of deadlines that I have to meet, so I have to be careful of that, and just cleaning up a lot of clutter out of my life. I have a lot of homework too, so yeah, that's it. If you want to donate, definitely go to bell.dean. That's BELLE. B as in boy, E as in echo, L as in Lima, L as in Lima, E as in echo. Dean, D as in Delta, E as in echo, A as in apple, and N as in Nancy at yahoo.com. And let me know, and I can definitely direct you to the link, or you can make your donation on Yahoo to support the cause and help me to run for the help me on my pursuit in the Miss America pageant. So yeah, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you.